For
I'm
sure.
not gonna lie to y'all. Just looking at Khalil pause, it feels back to the way it should be, man. It
Back
feels
in
back to
rare
the way it should
form.
And man, I'm
be. Back
back.
in rare form, man.
I'm back at it, man. This is
Yeah,
good, dog.
we ready to go.
Let's
I
do
ain't back in
this.
good circumstances, but I'm here, man.
Let's go ahead and do this.
I'm here
Welcome
with my sword.
everybody. Welcome. As you see, the whole gang is back. Squad, squad, squad. This is Talkyo-ish. What episode we doing? What is this? Episode
I really don't even know no more. It's like 12.
shit.
Go to YouTube real quick.
I think this is episode 9.
It's like
Thank you. I was gonna say we need to hire Savon because I just lost count.
save on, man.
We gonna say episode 9. I think Skin's right. This is episode 9 of Talkyo-ish. As you see, the full gang is back. Let's go ahead and do the introductions. You know what? We're gonna save the best for last because I know the people wanted it. So we're gonna start with Khalil. Khalil, welcome back, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to be back, man. I miss Potter with y'all. Shout out to y'all. Y'all held it down and shit. You know, everything's still going and shit, bro.
Yeah, we been hiding.
Them Lakers, we been hiding while them Lakers was down bad.
Hey, man. We here. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that.
We gonna get to it.
Niggas
Next up, we have DJ. What's going on, fam? How you doing, man?
Was good.
I see Curry Curry flaming up people, man. So I know you happy.
Y'all shocked by this. You know, we let the rest of the world be shocked and amazed by this.
Yep.
But this regular.
Every day.
Light 50 3/4, that's regular. That's regular.
It was 49.
Light 50
it was 49.
Khalil don't want to give him that one.
Let's not. There's a big difference between 49 and 50.
Real quick, man. Just a happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there. We probably don't have a big
Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
A happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to my sister, you know, my queen, my niece. Or my niece. My niece ain't got no kids. I'm thinking about this woman. That's it.
Quit while you ahead.
Right.
And of course, how can I forget? I want to say the official People's Champ now with his intros and now outros. Skins, what's going on, man?
I have no idea what y'all talking about. What's going on? I'm just me. Like so. Whatever you get out of that, you know what I'm saying? If it's a clip, if it's an outro, it's an intro.
Listen, all your shit soundbite now, man. So I just be having ideas in the back, but we're gonna talk about that off wax. We're gonna talk about
anything for the brand. Anything for the brand.
With that being said, if you guys enjoy our content, let us know by giving us a simple like. You know, it helps more than you think. Also, make sure you tune into our Spotify, Apple, Google. We stream everywhere. So we're here every week for you guys, giving you our weekly sports take. And we do what the fuck the show's called. We talk our ish. Now, with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump into it. Gentlemen, where do you guys want to start today? Football, basketball, boxing, lots going on. Where you guys want to start? Or do you just want to get to the smoke now?
Let's just get into it, man. It ain't much football this week, so we could chill, I guess.
Start off the NBA.
You want to do NBA?
Yeah, it's all good, man. Give the people what they want. Give the people what they want, man.
Khalil ready. He's ready for the smoke.
Let's smoke these packs.
Let's smoke them then. All right then. So, Khalil, Lakers fall to the 7th seed, man. What's going on? Talk about your team, man. You scared? You worried?
I mean, I'm a little worried just because health-wise, though. Like, if they're all on the court, I like the Lakers, and I like them to be able to compete. But, you know what I mean? They're having all these nagging injuries. Shooters out, not there. Braun is, like, you know, dealing with the ankle. He should be back, I think, tomorrow. I think he comes back tomorrow or some shit. AD still looking like a shell of himself. Like, you know, it ain't really too much to be optimistic about, honestly. And who the fuck wants to play in that play-in tournament? And those games are just dangerous. Like, you know, you don't ever really want to fall into that. You don't want to fall into a situation that you shouldn't, you know, that you probably shouldn't be in. But this is the cards that we got dealt. And I think, you know, we should still be able to grab one of these late seeds. I mean, the 6th seed is still not, like, completely out of the way. Losing that Portland game really hurt, though. Like, that shit, bro, that shit had me so pissed. But fucking Dame is Dame, and he did his thing. And but yeah, bro, like if we could have got that 6 seed, it would alleviate so much pressure and shit. But it's a long journey ahead, and if we want to get back to championship status, hopefully everybody can just get healthy and get clicking on all cylinders. Like this is kind of like the worst time to like not be at full strength, because now we're like limping into the playoffs and shit. Like the chemistry's falling off. Players ain't fucking got no reps now. Like Braun ain't playing almost a month. Like it's almost been 2 months since he like played like consistently and like that. And AD hasn't put a string of 2 games back to back, like 2 good games like back to back in a minute. So you know what I mean? It's just ain't too much to be optimistic about. I'm gonna be honest. Like as Laker fans, it's looking real gloomy, but I'm not gonna lose hope. You know what I mean? Because I believe in my team and I think that they can pull together and they can hoop. And it's gonna be a dogfight though. It ain't gonna be easy. I know that because the West is a fucking tough. And you telling me that you're gonna have to play potentially the Suns or shit? I want to play Utah. And we can play Utah first round. I'll be so happy. I'll be happy as hell. So
y'all can get swept.
Hey, I was thinking that.
Bro, there's not 1 through 8. I don't know if Utah's beating. I want to pick Utah. I want to pick Utah to beat any of those teams, honestly. But
Utah's not sweeping the Lakers, not at all.
Utah not winning the series. They might. I don't know if they win the series.
They might take 1, maybe 2, but they not.
I don't see Lakers winning. I don't see them winning.
I see them. The Lakers are. If everybody there, the Lakers are beating the Utah.
But see,
if everyone's there,
But see, all right, I'm glad Khalil went. Let me give my little 2 cents. And this, Skins, you want to go? Because I think I got a rant. I think mine's.
All right. So real quick, I think the Lakers as an organization and LeBron also, I think they understand that this is going to be a losing season. That's why you don't hear about people rushing to get back to playing.
No, I don't believe that. Because if you think about it,
I believe that. I think they're more focused on next season
ain't got no,
as opposed to this.
Braun don't got years to waste no more.
I'll put it like this: even if they get through the playoffs on the West Coast, they still got either Philly or the Nets to deal with.
Yeah.
Like and I think they understand that the cards have been stacked against them this season. To where they
bro, it ain't no cards to get stacked. You play who you got to play. Like, get it? You know what I mean?
Right. Even with that, do you give it 110% and end up with a losing result, or do you focus on the next season and just do what you can do this season?
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. 2 things. So, kind of going off of what y'all just said. LeBron is smart. I said this last week. He set himself up for winning.
Look at all this shit. Come on, bro.
You can, oh my God, all you want, buddy, but it is the truth.
Nigga, can we talk facts and stop speculation about what a nigga's doing?
It's not speculation. Okay, you want to talk facts. It's not speculation. The fact of it is, he threw a sentence out there. He threw a narrative out there. The narrative is, if I'm hurt, if I'm healthy, I will never be healthy. What do you say? I will never be healthy for the rest of this year. Meaning, if
I'll never be 100%. I will never be 100% healthy again
for the rest of this year, right? So listen,
exactly, bro. Look how late it is in the season, bro. He has to rush back on the injury. But I'm just saying, you're not gonna spool out nonsense, bro. If you, I already see where you're going with it, bro.
I let you talk and didn't say a word, my brother.
Go ahead.
I'm happy you back. I'm happy you do need some
airtime. I already know where you're going with it, bro.
You need some airtime. I'm happy you back, my brother. But let me get my 10 seconds real quick.
Go ahead.
Kobe would never.
You feel me? What he did, he threw it out there. I will never be healthy for the rest of this year. Meaning, if they don't win,
healthy again for the rest of the year.
Right. If they don't win the finals, automatically, because everybody's expecting the Lakers to win. So automatically, if they lose, but the media is going to search for a quick reason why they lost. The reason LeBron has already put the reason out there. I'm hurt. I'm not healthy. I'm not 100%. So that's going to be the first reason they look to as to why the Lakers didn't repeat, because the Lakers weren't healthy. Second, on the other side of that, LeBron is smart. I'm either going to win or I'm going to lose. If he ends up winning, to be the first player to win the championship out of a play-in situation, he set himself up to be the hero regardless, no matter what. Either you limping in and you did it while LeBron was hurt. He did it on half an ankle is what they gonna say. You know what I'm saying? And he went and did it out of the play. Or if he loses, the Lakers wasn't 100%, AD wasn't 100%. They're gonna make every excuse in the book for the Lakers if they lose, and if they win, it's gonna be, oh my God, LeBron is a god. He already set it up that way. Second, what I don't like, this is third. This is just on me now. What I don't like about what they already doing with the Lakers and what everybody doing, even you just did it, Khalil, if he's healthy. Why does that matter? Why does that
matter? What does health don't matter? Health is the most important thing in the game.
Okay,
how does health not matter? What the fuck?
Because you're not listening to, because everybody else don't get those same excuses. And what I mean by that, this is what I mean. LeBron is going to be healthy. This is what I mean. LeBron is going to play.
How do you know this man's body? How do you know he's going to be healthy? The man said himself that he's not healthy.
Can you just stop
real quick? Did you not watch the games when he came back? Did Bron look the same?
Real quick.
Come on, bro.
Either you're hurt or you can't play. So listen, if he plays, which he's going to play, they're going to say he's not healthy. Why does he get this? When it's other superstars, either you playing or you missing a game. If you play, I'm not trying to hear your injury excuses. So if you can't play, injuries, bro. But my point is, LeBron is going to come back and play. They're not going to win the finals. I don't think the Lakers are going to win the finals this year. When they don't win the finals, it's going to automatically be Why does he get that? If the Nets don't win the finals this year, I guarantee you nobody say, oh, well, Kevin Durant wasn't 100%.
No, we don't say James Harden not 100% because James Harden hasn't even came back.
They're not. They're going to just, bro, they're not going to
get assuming, bro. You're assuming.
I'm assuming with good reason.
You're assuming. With good reason, bro.
The Nets have the number one target on their back.
You say that nobody gets excuses. Right. Everybody said, all right, think about the Warriors. When the Warriors lost to the Raptors, literally everybody's like, oh, if Klay Thompson wasn't hurt, if KD wasn't hurt, this is the same shit. So what are you talking about?
And guess what? The media still kills Curry for not being clutch and winning that.
Nobody kills Curry for not winning that, bro. Everybody in their right mind. Everybody in their right mind says that if all those players played, if they were fully healthy, they were going to win that championship, and it would have been close. Everybody says that. It's the same situation, bro.
All right. All I'm saying is LeBron gets excuses that other superstars don't get.
All these niggas got excuses. What you talking about, though?
Who else get an excuse? Who else getting an excuse this year?
There's already built-in excuses for every superstar that you can think of.
This year? Who? Besides LeBron, who?
Giannis, KD, all these dudes.
No. Let me get my excuse ready.
No. Giannis, there's no excuse. You just resigned. They got you Drew Holiday. You have to go win.
I'm saying. I don't think anybody's – if you don't win this year, I don't think anybody's going to get killed like that. Like, it ain't going to be – nobody's going to get crucified.
I said this earlier in one of our first couple of episodes. I think there's a lot of legacies on the line this year. And guess what? Only one team can win the championship. It's a lot of superstars that have to put up or shut up this year, especially with healthy rosters. Portland Trailblazers, Damian Lillard.
That's a big one.
No.
Yes, bro.
No. Just Dame.
I say
Clippers,
yes.
yeah. Look, the Clippers, yeah, I agree with you.
Bro, it's hella
Clippers
teams.
too. Clippers too.
Philly. Like, it's hella teams. No excuses.
I don't know about Philly.
In my opinion.
Let's be realistic. Only maybe 3-4 teams in the whole NBA have a realistically shot at winning the NBA title. Is Portland one of those teams?
I disagree.
Is Portland one of those teams? Yes or no?
Here's my point. It doesn't matter.
So how's it put up or shut up? The nigga's doing everything he can.
Bro, listen. It made for the Portland Trailblazers as a whole. Yes, nobody's expecting them to win because you have teams that are considered better than them. For Damian Lillard as a superstar player, you can't be calling out Steph Curry at the beginning of this year saying, oh, I think I'm the best guard and Steph Curry's going to see this year is much harder. You can't do that and not go show us why you should be the best guard this year. Your team may not be as good as the Lakers, but you as a superstar have to propel them. If you're that good, stop telling me you good and go show me.
Bro, come on. He's not beating. Not one man is just going to go beat the Lakers.
It doesn't matter. If you're that good, it don't matter, bro. You have to show it. If you're that good,
we see what Curry We see what Curry's doing, and we see where his team is at, bro. Come on, you got to be realistic,
But
man.
listen, here's the difference. If Curry had Klay Thompson, he would have those expectations. If we were fully healthy, Curry wouldn't be able to get away with being in the AFC.
Warriors weren't expected to win this year. They weren't expected.
Oh
Exactly.
my God.
We weren't. We was expected to come 13th in the West. What are you talking about?
I'm not. Like I said, I don't care about ESPN, bro.
Bro,
I
it's
don't
not
care
even
about
about that.
ESPN statistics.
Bro,
I
Khalil,
had the Warriors.
don't do that.
Even without Klay Thompson, the Warriors should have been a playoff team. They should be.
We are a playoff team. What are you
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
Should make it.
We are.
All right. So what are you talking about, bro? Y'all should make
But
it. Y'all in it.
But here's my point. If
I don't
we
care
was
about
fully,
dumb critics that
just
don't
hear
watch
me out.
basketball.
I get what you're saying. But if we was fully healthy, the expectation wouldn't be able to settle at just a playoff team. It would be title contender or a bust. We're not fully healthy. Damian Lillard is fully healthy. His team is fully healthy. You can't be saying you this and that and then go lose in the first round. And this is
Now
like
let me say this, because I agree with Drip. Khalil, look how the Lakers were just a couple months ago. Number one, AD, LeBron out, and now all of a sudden now they're just
smoked him so good he had to get out of here.
He said, "Poof."
Poof. Look, the smoke just magically made him disappear.
No, but while we're waiting on him, I do agree with what you're saying, and especially with Dame. Like, yeah, I get Portland is not that good of a team, but with a superstar like Dame,
time out. And let's stop real quick. We got to kill that narrative too. Look at the Blazers roster. Like again, they're not just not a good team. They're
stacked.
not
a pushover. They're not a pushover.
They stacked. They have a top.
The West has.
I would agree with you, DJ. Like certain teams, like the Portland Trail Blazers, Dame Lillard, they on the clock. Clippers, they on the clock. I don't know about
76ers are not on the clock.
I kind of disagree with you right there.
Well, here's the thing about Giannis, though. This is why I say Giannis. He had an opportunity to leave Milwaukee this year, but he stayed. So by staying, you're saying you believe in what they're doing as far as winning the championship. Giannis has been the back-to-back MVP 2 years straight. He's won Defensive Player of the Year in that. His team has also, those same 2 years, they finished number one in the East 2 years in a row. And they came up short in the playoffs both years. You have to do something. And then, okay, you want to use the excuse. Okay, I'll give you the excuse. These prior 2 years.
What if Giannis was made some promises that they didn't fully come through on, and he
but
now
they
realizes
did. But that's my point.
He might have made a mistake by re-signing.
No, my point is they did though. They went and got him Drew Holiday. They went and got him PJ Tucker. These are pieces that they need. PJ Tucker might not be the greatest name as far as like star power, but he is an important piece to have on your championship team. He can guard all 5 positions. He is an important, and he's really needed for them trying to beat Brooklyn. You need a player like PJ Tucker in order to beat a Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? They got him Drew Holiday. They got it's somebody else they picked up. Like it's
Giving Drew Holiday a
I don't agree with that either. I really don't think that was a good move, but I understand it. I'm not going. Here's why I agree with Milwaukee for doing it. Because if you're Milwaukee, you got to look at it like nobody's coming to Milwaukee to play. No big superstars coming to Milwaukee. So if we can at least get a Drew Holiday is like, second to third tier type superstar. You know what I'm saying? So if you could pair him up with Giannis for the long haul and Chris Middleton, that's a good big three to start with. So I'm sure
it might be a solid big three, but the type of player Giannis is, I think he need other superstars of his caliber.
He do,
because
but
he doesn't. He's not the player that makes other players play better.
But listen.
No,
that's why he on the clock. That's exactly why he on the clock, because he had an opportunity to go join other superstars, but he chose to stay. Okay, you chose to stay. Now you have to make it work in Milwaukee. This is what you chose. Put up or shut up.
Why you say that's cap, Khalil?
Because look at the players he's playing with. And I think he makes a lot of those players better. He makes them better defensively. Him just being able to space the floor and he's a great passer. Like he's a great passer as well. The one thing with Giannis, I think that everybody wants to make him into this LeBron type, KD type player, but he's not. I think he's more of a sidekick than him being the main guy. like you said, say like if he had
That's right,
another,
man.
you're not gonna
So you
find
agree
some
with me?
like if he had another talent, like another top 10 player on his level, I feel like you would see him like elevate and shit like that. But him being the guy, like, all right, you need to
Exactly.
go get this
Yeah.
bucket, like bring us home and shit. I don't think he's ever gonna be that guy.
That's what Drew
And
Holiday comes in at.
you know what I mean? And Drew Holiday is not gonna
I
be the
think
answer. And they're gonna
they need
be
something
back at the drawing board
a little bit
probably in
better
a
than
year or
Drew
two.
Holiday. No
He can
Something
get
disrespect.
more
you a
elite.
bucket, though.
He
Drew
balling.
Holiday can
Brooklyn,
get you a bucket.
He balling.
he can, but I think Brooklyn kind of forming this team fucked up a lot of teams in the offseason gonna have to scramble and gonna have to redo their whole shit that they thought they had going on because
I
this shit
put
kind
it
of
to you
formed out
this
of
way.
nowhere.
I guarantee you, if the Nets had got Harden before Giannis signed, I don't think Giannis signs in Milwaukee if he see that Harden goes to the Nets, because they really not beating them. I really don't care what Milwaukee do, unless you can bring a Kevin Durant, a Steph Curry, a Dame Lillard to Milwaukee. Y'all not beating Brooklyn. So
So let me
Yeah, niggas don't have to
right.
wait till they get old.
let me ask the room, with the Lakers so far down, do any of you three consider them as still a favorite in the West or for the finals if AD and LeBron comes back
Fully healthy.
healthy, fully healthy,
uh,
with the
But
standings that they're
he
at now?
just told you that he's not gonna be fully healthy this year. So he's not coming back fully healthy, no matter how much we would like him to come back fully healthy.
He's lying.
Like I said, I think that was LeBron getting his
uh,
excuse ready.
He's lying.
Yeah.
I think if they both play, I won't say they're favorites, but I would say because right now the only teams that I think that are like legit threats in the West are the Suns and the Clippers. Those are only if they play one of those teams, then I think they're gonna have a lot of trouble there. But all the other teams in the West, I don't think they really make that much noise. But yeah, I wouldn't say like they're the favorites if Braun is back and AD is back because just the uphill battle that they're gonna have to face. Because all right, you're the seventh or the eighth seed. You're gonna have to play the Jazz or the Jazz or the Suns in the first round, and then the second round you're probably playing the Clippers, or like you're probably gonna play the Clippers
It'll
or
be Clippers or
fucking
Phoenix,
what
whoever
was the other team. Yeah, you're gonna play Clippers or Phoenix. You're gonna play one of those teams, and then you're gonna have to play whoever was. Then you're gonna have to play another strong team in the Western Conference Finals, and then you're gonna have to probably face the Nets in the finals. Like, how can I? I ain't gonna be delusional and sit here and be like, "Yo, the Lakers are still the favorite," just because like it's been a shit show for the last month and a half. You know what I mean? And I don't think just two players returning, no matter how great they are, I don't think just pitting them back in at the last minute when all these teams are clicking on all cylinders and they're hitting their strides right now. Like the Nuggets looking really good, the Blazers are looking really good. Like you know what I mean, all these teams are hitting their strides, and the Lakers have been a downhill for the last month and a half. And just saying, oh, throw Bron and throw AD back in their playoff time, boom, it's automatically going to work. I don't. Come on, bro. Like we all know basketball. I don't think it works out.
I think that okay. First of all, I'll say this: there's two. As far as should they be the favorite, there's two sides to that. Should they be the favorite as far as when we look at records and say which team is better on paper? No, they shouldn't be the favorite because Utah and Phoenix clearly are better all around teams. Now, when we just talking hooping and when we talking basketball and if you just go outside and ask some ballers at the park who should win, they should be favored because you have LeBron James and you have Anthony Davis. So when you just starting with that two as a foundation, I don't care who's on the other team. You have the two best players that's going to be on the court out of all 10 players at all times. So, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to be the favorites as far as if you looking at it in Vegas and betting, but they're going to be the favorites. Like, okay, it's just the Lakers going to be in a fucked up situation to be in an 8th or 7th seed, but they're not a true 8th or 7th seed. That's the point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then what else did I? Damn, I forgot what else I wanted to say. Shit, we can keep going. But yeah, okay. So that's how I look at it.
All right. So we'll leave that there. We'll see what happens.
My bad.
Oh yeah.
My bad.
What's up?
It just hit me.
What you got?
I think I don't want to say the media, but I know Khalil, you are, and I see a lot of people do it. People is putting too much like confidence into these other teams at the same time. Like I know teams look good and I know teams are playing good, but we got to think like some of these teams just regular season teams at the same time. Like let's take Utah and Denver for example. This is not their first time being good. You know what I'm saying? Like Denver was second seed 2 years ago. In 2019, they was the second seed, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is Denver's year to take that big step." Bro, these teams don't be doing nothing in the playoffs, bro. Utah, they was good last year, and this is the same sentiments we were saying about Utah last year. Oh, they got Gobert. This Donovan Mitchell is finally a superstar. No, they're not gonna really be like that in the playoffs. And if they are, if I'm wrong, they're gonna have to show me. Show me before I'm just saying, oh, Phoenix ready to go to the finals. Nah, bro. Who's to say Devin Booker is ready for real playoff action? I know Devin Booker's a baller, but he's never done it on the big stage. You know what I'm saying? So who's to just say that these teams is ready? That's why I say people call me crazy, and this is totally kind of aside. I feel like as a Warrior fan, if we get to the playoffs, which we are, the only team that can beat us in a 7-game series is the Lakers and the Clippers, definitively. Yes, those other teams are better than us on paper, but I know that Draymond Green and Steph Curry are champions, and I know that you're gonna have to go beat them. Don't just tell me that you better. Go beat them to show me that you better. So that's how I think. You got LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Steph Curry in the playoffs. They teams got a chance. I don't care what Phoenix and Utah is doing. They don't have nobody that's scaring those 3 dudes. So them other teams, Portland, y'all got to show me. Dallas, show me.
The West is wide open though. You know what I'm saying? As far as
That's
no
what I'm saying.
definitive team. Yeah.
Oh, it's wide open.
Like in theory, it really is wide open. And I will say it's only because the Lakers is hobbled, or we're looking at them as hobbled. But them being hobbled to me opens it up for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Kawhi, you on the clock. I've been saying. I said that like the first.
He been on the clock.
That nigga on the clock.
Like I know. We went over this already, but like real shit. Think about it. It's really like 10 players on the clock for one championship this year. Because you got 4 players on just 2 teams: Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. Them 4 players. Maybe not so much AD because you young, you're going to get more opportunity, but LeBron old, he ain't getting too many more chances at the finals. Paul George got to do something. Kawhi Leonard, you have to do something in LA.
It's a wrap. Then. You might as well hit time expired on that clock.
On a lot of clocks, for sure.
I hope we get that series, bro. A Lakers Clippers series could have so much like stake. That should be crazy, bro. I hope we can get.
It might be first round right now.
That's what I'm saying. It might be It might be first.
Oh, no, I'm trying. I don't want to see no first round.
Clippers is out of here.
Let's get a little warm up in. Let's.
If the Lakers get to 6, which they're a game and a half back right now, if they get to 6, it'll be first round because the Clippers at 3 right now.
Ron Smart, he watching them standards every day. I think he'll.
Let me ask you a question, Laker fan. You think LeBron would rather face the Clippers in the first round, knowing that he feels he can beat the Clippers, and he automatically gets a 7-game series situation if he gets to that 6th spot, or would he rather face that psycho in the Bay in a 1-game situation?
I can't speak for Braun, but I would rather go see the Clippers. That 1-game situation is
respect. Disrespect my guy. That's all. Disrespect.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nah, that 1-game situation shit is scary, bro. That's why I like tying into the whole what's harder to win a championship. You know, there's talking about basketball, basketball or football. I was saying, yeah, like it's crazy. But I'm 1 game. I'm trying to avoid. That's why he was bitching about the playing all of a sudden. Yeah. Like he don't want to do that.
One game versus that psycho serial killer in the Bay is dangerous for LeBron, and Curry would be licking his chops to send LeBron away with that.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, I know Curry's been on the hot streak, but we always talking about Curry, DJ. So we gonna hold him for this week. Okay. But I did want to bring up Westbrook. I wanted to talk about how he's pretty much tied to be number 1 all time for the triple doubles against I believe it's Oscar Robertson. Obviously, game has changed completely from back then till now. I know DJ, you brought that up a couple of episodes where things have changed, like the shot clock and all that stuff. So at this point, I know all four of us put respect on Westbrook, but should he get more credit now, even though he's with Washington right now?
I'll let one of y'all go.
I'll go. I'm gonna go first. All right. I'm gonna start with love first.
Oh boy, I'm standing back.
I got a tweet. Russell Westbrook in the month of May, 26 points, averaging 15.8 rebounds, 16.4 assists. You know what I mean? I can't hate on that, bro. Like, he doing his thing, bro. But it's the same thing with Westbrook. All these numbers, like, that shit don't mean nothing, bro. You got to go win something. Like, if you want to be if you want to be talented, like, tainted as one of the greats, like, you want to be up there with Lillard, like, Curry, Kyrie.
Is he on the clock?
You got to go.
Westbrook on the clock?
I'm gonna let you.
Even
finish.
Though he's with Washington.
I'm gonna let you finish, but we can't do that to Westbrook. We can't put.
Why?
We can't because Lillard ain't done nothing in the playoffs either. So it can't be if he want to be up there with Lillard. He's up there with Lillard. Lillard ain't did shit in the playoffs. Lillard and Westbrook. But they've accomplished the same things in the playoffs. They've both actually. Westbrook has been to the finals. Lillard ain't been to the finals. At least Westbrook been there.
I ain't never played with no fucking KD. And that's another thing.
That's my thing with Westbrook. Go ahead.
Westbrook that I'm gonna go with. So yeah, man, like, the thing is, everybody's like trying to force like these flowers and shit like that with Westbrook, and a lot of things about his game turns me off because honestly, the triple doubles have been kind of, everybody does it now. Like, I don't get impressive when I see a triple double anymore. I remember back then you'd see it because it was so rare. They'd be like, oh my god, like, what? He scored 40 points and he had 15 assists and 12 rebounds. Like, damn, that's crazy. Now I'm seeing it like, oh, another one. Oh, okay, wow, he did it. And I had video footage. I can go on the YouTube clips. I literally seen in his time with the Thunder, Steven Adams literally moving out of the way to allow Westbrook getting rebounds. Or I would see Westbrook have a wide open lane to do a layup, and then he just kicks it out and does a little dump off to like a little dump off so he can get an extra assist. Like, shit like that just nasty to me, bro. Like, I want the game to be natural. Like, don't cheese the game and stuff like that, because with Westbrook, he knows, oh, I play with KD, I play with Harden, I play with Carmelo, I play with Paul George, I play with Bradley Beal, I play with all these players. There's no excuses for me. So let me keep on getting these triple doubles. At least that will keep me in the conversation, and that will, oh, like, wow, like, I just put up 39 points, 19 assists, and 12 rebounds. Like, they can't deny me I'm doing that. You know what I mean? And that's why he keeps on talking like, oh, there's another talent. But to go and say that he's the second best point guard ever, or even saying that he's a top 5 point, well, no, he might be a top 5.
Oh, and again,
like,
today,
right now, but to say, the game right now, but to say Scott Brooks, I get that he's been coaching him back from the Thunder days and stuff like that, so they go way back. So I mean, when a coach sticks up for their player, I'm never gonna shit on the coach for it, because that's what you should do as a coach. But you know that's blasphemy. Don't say this man's the second greatest point guard ever. And you know what I mean? The stats are cool, but to me, they're all empty stats.
He's not even the third greatest point guard in his era, or the second greatest point guard in his own era. Steph Curry, Chris Paul, this era.
Yeah, and then, you know what I mean? Like, so what if Westbrook don't even get into the playoffs? Like, you know, they're still scratching and clawing. It looks like they're going to get in. They're going to be a little dangerous, but still,
so
what do we expect out of Westbrook? He's going to get another first-round exit, and, like, what are we going to do? Give him another pass and just, like, oh, chuck it up and don't even talk about it? Like, how many – I don't care about the triple doubles.
I'm not going to fully kill him because I respect how hard he plays. That's one thing you can never take away from Westbrook. I think every player say they give it all. You can literally see that he leaves it all on the court. I'll say that. Also, you can't get a triple-double even if you try. So even if you're trying to get triple-doubles, it still might be hard to get a triple-double. So the fact that he can do that, it still says something. Now, what you said about him knowing he's never reaching these other great point guards and other accolades, that's exactly what he's doing. He knows he's not going to be mentioned with Steph Curry 20 years from now as far as who was really great. So let me stack up all these triple-doubles and make it look so lopsided because they're going to remember me for something, especially if I brashly say, oh, I think I'm the greatest playmaker in the NBA. If my coach comes out and say, oh, he's the second, we're hearing these headlines. We're remembering these things. So they're hoping that type of shit sticks out to us 15 and 20 years from now. Guess what, Scott Brooks and Westbrook? You're wrong. We're going to remember how you never got a ring. And most importantly, what we're going to remember, and this is what I always like to bring up when I'm arguing with Westbrook haters. There's never been another guard like Russell Westbrook athletically, but please name another point guard in NBA history that has played with the star power that Russell Westbrook has played with. And personally, I always bring it back to Curry, but he likes to think he's the second best point guard. So let's compare him to the guy who actually is the second best point guard in his era. If you gave Curry some of the talent that Westbrook has played with, let's just reel off a couple of the names for our listeners. Let's just some of the names that he's played with. James Harden, twice. Kevin Durant for 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
Serge Ibaka for
That right there.
5 or 6 years?
That right there.
Paul George for 2 years. Went to playoffs 2 years in a row. Got bounced out in the first round 2 years in a row. Carmelo Anthony. I don't want to hear Carmelo Anthony was washed because clearly after that he went to Portland and he still got game. Y'all was using him wrong. Victor Oladipo, one of the top slashers in the game, one of the top scorers. And now Bradley Beal, who's second in the league in scoring. So he's a scorer. Name another damn point guard, because after naming him, name another player. Name another star player in NBA history that has played with that much star power and still haven't got a ring. And I'm going to tell you why Westbrook and his dumbass coach look even worse. To say that he's the second best point guard when Steph Curry is in this era, fam, Curry made you look so dumb. You had Kevin Durant for 9 years and went to the finals once and lost. You gave Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant for 3 years, and they went back-to-back champions, and they would have three-peated had Kevin Durant not got hurt. So to say that you're better than, you're the same, that, you just sound so crazy. If you gave Curry, Kevin Durant for 9 years and no injuries, guess how many rings they get? You guessed it. 9 rings.
I think you named every reason why he's a bum.
That's what it sounds like.
Why, who's a bum?
Russell Westbrook.
I'm not saying he a bum.
In my opinion,
but what you saying?
In my opinion, you can't call yourself top nothing without a championship.
Period. And I think this era of players, we're getting soft when we say, "Oh, I'm a champion at life. I don't need a ring." I
also think.
Guess what?
Oh, we talked about that.
And I also think Kyrie better than Westbrook as a point guard.
Skill. By your definition, I can't agree. You the one that sat on here and argued traditional point guards.
Listen, you just named every reason why he's a fantastic guard.
Facts.
And he might put up the numbers where you would think he's a great point guard than Kyrie, though. But I don't think he's a point guard in my opinion. The way he scores and the way he's similar to Kyrie, but even more aggressive. So you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day,
but he rebound and get assists though.
He rebounded and get assists. And why he don't have why didn't any of this stats that he puts up year after year materialize into a championship?
Because he doesn't play winning.
Westbrook doesn't play winning. And that's what I'm trying to say. This is why I'm saying Kyrie is better, because Kyrie has it. Don't get me wrong. And yes, now he hasn't played winning basketball,
but we've seen him do it though.
But he has played winning basketball,
that's
which Westbrook hasn't done. You know what I'm saying?
You
could be the triple-double king. I don't care about that. Do you play winning basketball to get your team to that chip? You don't.
Right. And I just think he got to relax with that whole, I'm a champion. We know that. Listen, this is just a memo for all these players, bro. We know y'all is buku rich. Y'all got crazy money. Y'all champions. We talking about basketball. We talking about what you do between these lines. Y'all not champions until y'all hoist up that trophy, that Larry O. Until you do that, you're not a champion. Cuz stop it. Period. Westbrook has played with too much talent to not have a single ring. Fam, you've been to the finals once.
And not only that, I just don't like this era where you got these players speaking on their own greatness. Like
Yeah,
it's
talk
not even
Yeah,
a
about
bro.
place.
it.
Stop. That shit's lame,
It's
bro.
Talk
not
That
even a
about
shit's
it.
lame.
place to even
Stop that
speak on
shit.
your. It's for the next, you know what I'm saying, sports critic, commentator, analyst, whoever's in that realm of your industry to speak on your greatness. It's not on you to speak on it.
But
Because now
he
it
does
just
that.
sounds like you're being, you know what I'm saying, cocky in a sense.
He does that because he knows this is the only way y'all gonna remember me. It's the only way y'all gonna remember me.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
not the
bro.
only one
It's
though.
more
You know what I'm
conscious
saying?
than you think.
A lot of these athletes they fall victim to it.
True.
I've been seeing a lot in this, like just yeah, like you said, in this era of players trying to force themselves in conversations they don't believe in and stuff like that. Because all right, I'm not here to debate it. I'm just bringing it up as an example. Like when Draymond said like he's the best defender ever. Like when you say it, then people have to talk about it and they're gonna debate it and stuff like that, and then make it. They know it becomes a conversation. Like I was seeing they were debating who has had a better career, Iverson or Westbrook, and it's just like what I mean. Now they're pitting them in. Westbrook says outlandish stuff like that, and then now they're pitting
That
them
he
in
shouldn't be
conversation.
in.
Maybe he probably didn't belong in. Like he shouldn't. Iverson to me is like a top 20 player ever, and I'm never going to see Westbrook as that. Like he's not a top 20 player ever, so why is he
He
even in a
shouldn't even be in
conversation
that
with Iverson?
conversation.
Like and, but when you speak out and you say shit like that, like oh I am the greatest of my generation, or I'm this and that, and then people just like
Even
all right, maybe. Then they start diving into their
even
stats, and
Draymond
then.
Green,
But the thing with Westbrook, this is my last point. Like the thing with Westbrook though, I'm gonna get on LeBron because I seen he posted a pic of him. It was like, oh, y'all love to depreciate, but I appreciate it, or some shit like that. But it's not like we're not hating on Westbrook for valid reasons. Like Big he's gave us a lot of like all the critiques on Westbrook is completely 100% fair. I haven't seen any unfair critique on Westbrook. Like he's unappreciated. Like the West, like all the triple doubles and shit like that. Like you said, that's not easy. It's amazing that he's able to do that night in and night out. Like he has a motor that I've never seen in any type of like damn near any athlete. Like what I mean, like that is crazy to me. But nobody out here is not appreciating Westbrook or disrespecting him. We're just saying like, all right, all that is cool,
look,
but we need more. If you want to be great, if you want to be in this
what
conversation,
I
bring
think
some gold.
what I
Like,
think
you got
he's
to get a
not
ring.
realizing, the same reasons that he believes he's great because he gets these triple doubles is the same reason that we can't believe you're great because you are that great, but you have nothing to show for it. You are that good.
Exactly.
You are as good as you think you are, but your low level of IQ and just the fact that you have nothing to show for it and you've played with, to me, Kevin Durant should go down as one of the top 5 greatest players of all time. I don't care what they're going to say that he is. He's had an injury. He gets a lot of shit from the media for his move to the Warriors. Kevin Durant is one of the top 5 greatest players of all time, period. So for Russell Westbrook to have had that said player for 9 years in his prime, and you have nothing to show for it because mainly you couldn't understand that he was better than you and you didn't really want to pass it to him in crunch time. That's why I say Curry really showed him the blueprint. Curry said, okay, Durant,
That's like
you're
Kyrie
better than
playing
me.
with LeBron for 9 years.
That's like Kyrie playing with LeBron. Like, yeah, we know Kyrie and LeBron both great. Kyrie's smart enough to know, hey, you're better than me, so I'm going to let you carry me for the majority of the game. And when you need my clutchness, I'm going to come through. Westbrook couldn't fathom Kevin Durant being better than him because Westbrook is such an alpha figure. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's gonna bite him in the butt in the end. But whatever.
Yep. All right.
He's a champion at heart, so he might retire happy, man. He's gonna run away with that triple double.
He's gonna run
with that
far away with
triple
that.
double record.
Because you gotta think about it. He's not done getting that. He at 181 right now. I think he's gonna do this for like another 2 years.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and leave that there. So that's some good stuff.
Speaking of how hard it is to actually get a ring, right?
Right.
So the topic.
Hey,
the topic
shit.
was I brought to y'all, man. Was it harder to get a ring in the NFL or the NBA? I seen this on First Take, and I thought it was an incredible topic.
NBA champ.
I'm saying NFL.
Let's
NBA
everybody
champ.
say what they think before we go into it. What you got? You got NFL, TJ, Khalil. You NFL. I got NFL.
Yeah, I got NFL.
I got NBA. You know what I'm saying? No,
Okay, I want to hear why.
Let's hear what you right.
Can
So,
Skin go first? Yeah,
you know
let's
what I'm
go with
saying?
the
The
NBA
reason why
take
I
first.
say the NBA championship is harder to win, you got to think about the sheer amount of games they're gonna play and the length, as opposed to the NFL season. It's 16 weeks. So you as far as just think about math and odds. The odds of you getting into the playoffs in the NFL is a lot easier than you getting into the playoffs in the NBA, in my opinion.
I mean,
Also,
I did.
no. Listen, once you
Okay.
in the playoffs, is do they play each other more than once in the NFL, or is one game one and done?
One and done.
Right. So, like I said, your chances of getting to the Super Bowl is a lot easier because it's a one and done as opposed to you playing 7 games.
The question isn't getting to; it's winning.
Yeah, but even if you got to get there to have the chance to win. So once you get there, your chances of winning is always 50-50. It depends on how the game turns out and how you play.
That's a fact.
Yes.
So this is what I'm saying. It's about the road to get there. So if I feel like the road is easier in the NFL to get to said Super Bowl as opposed to getting to the finals, you know what I'm saying, in the NBA, I just think it's a lot easier. So it has to be easier to win the championship.
Okay.
I mean, it has to be easier to win the Super Bowl.
So while you say it's easier because it's shorter, I'll give you that, Skins. But at the same time, it's not harder than the NFL. You're putting your whole body on the line right there. You're putting concussions, broken ribs, legs, all that sorts. With the NBA, yeah, some ACL fractures, all that stuff. I get that. One and the same. We're not going to compare apples to oranges. But with the NFL, you have more of a short duration in the league to where if you don't get it, you're done.
All right. Well, you understand you understand the object, and the whole object of football is to run to the other side and score. Like that's how simple the game is. Even though yes, you have to dodge people, and the whole point is you have to run to the other side and score.
Don't do that, bro.
Now, granted,
but it's about what happens.
Granted,
it sounds like you explain basketball.
That's why you're
putting the ball.
That's why you're putting the ball in the net.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got to think about the increasing. So because basketball is not as aggressive, you don't have to necessarily dodge and duck people. Nobody's tackling you. You know what I'm saying? You might get a hand in your face. You might catch an elbow, the worst case scenario, but you're scoring as much as the other team. So it's like a ping pong effect as far as a tick for tack situation. As far as NFL, it's more of, you know what I'm saying, offense and defense. And even if your offense ain't on point, if your defense is on point, you don't necessarily have to worry about losing the game because you're keeping the other team's offense at bay.
Okay. Now, for the reasons you just said earlier, is the same reasons why it's actually harder in the NFL. You said the NBA played 82 games. Correct. And the NFL only played 16. Correct. In the NBA,
no, 16 weeks. They don't play 16 games. Well, you're right. You're right.
It's 17 now, but it's 16.
Yeah, it's 17 now.
But listen, in the NBA, your star player can possibly be out half the year and you still go win the finals. And your star player can get hurt game 1 of the finals and come back game 4 and change the entire finals and y'all still win. Your star quarterback can't get hurt in the first quarter.
Okay.
Because it's going to be over.
Okay.
Hold on,
No. Quickly, I'm going to quickly combat that. You could have more stars on an NFL team than you will have on an NBA team. But go ahead.
Okay. Now, even having more stars, you're not going to have 11 stars. Most NBA teams have 1 to 2 stars out of a 5-man set. So if you got 2 stars in the NFL, but you're depending on 11 guys to make the train run, that's much harder. Those 2 star players can be at quarterback and receiver. If your O-line ain't blocking, you can't get him the ball.
Them same 5 NBA players that's on the court, they got to play offense and defense. They don't have a separate team to go play defense.
listen.
They don't have
Listen.
separate players for that. So when you talking
here's the
about that, it's harder. It's that the NFL is harder.
The last point to me that really shuts it down. I mean, you could disagree, but the fact that football is a one game, when we get to this Super Bowl, like think about it. Let's sit here and think about all the chaos that happens leading up to Super Bowl week. It's so much pressure and hype around this one game. If you shit the bed this one game, you may never get another opportunity. So you have to be so on point that you win this game. In the NBA, you could come out and get beat by 30 game one and win 4-1 in the series, and that game one means absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, your star player could have his worst game of his career, go 0 for 25. And guess what? You still can win that series. If your star players in football in the Super Bowl decide to have the worst game of their entire careers, chances are you're not winning. Because you know why? He is your star player. And even though you need 10 other players to make it run, you're probably going to need your star too. And about basketball, because it's more stars, your star can be like having an off game or having a bad game, and you swinging the ball around and you just getting open shots still. It's plenty of times where players not playing well, but they still able to get their players open shots because they're such a good player. So I just think it's entirely harder in football because you got to be focused at a different level at all times.
I also wanted to mention about weather conditions as well, because with football, you could play in some severe snow. You could play in some like rain, hard rain, mud, all that stuff. NBA is just
they also get canceled
enclosed,
too.
You know,
they also games get canceled because of weather.
Not as much.
Or they get because
well,
I've seen some Green Bay games get not necessarily canceled, but they'll get pushed back because of the snow. Yeah.
No,
yeah, we get pushed back.
No.
The
NFL, the only way the NFL games get canceled due to weather is if it's like
I ain't say cancel.
It's got to be severe.
Back. I mean, as far as the time, they might push it back like a half an hour.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Right, shovel up some of the stuff. My thing with this whole argument is, like, if you think about it, how many times do you see upsets in the NBA playoffs? Like, what's the last time that an 8th seed beat the 1 seed? Is that when the Warriors upset the Mavs? And look how long ago that was. Like, usually, even in the second round, you don't really see that lower seed beating that first seed. Like, it just don't happen. It don't really happen that often. Like, you really kind of know who's going to make it and stuff like that.
I'll bring a prime example.
Like,
even though what's the name? Pat Mahomes lost. He wasn't a favorite to win because of how good Kansas City was doing.
Kansas City was the favorites and going to that game.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Where you know what I'm saying? You could
be
picked as the favorite,
but he lost. And he lost. So how many times do you see the favorites in basketball lose? And something catastrophic doesn't happen in basketball. How many times do you see the favorites?
It's not like it hasn't happened. It's happened though. It don't happen. It don't happen
because somebody got hurt or something. I'm talking about.
See though, but Skins, I think something that you're missing though. Part of the reason Pat Mahomes lost is exactly what we're talking about. You have to be so on point, and you have to make sure you got to hope that everything is in place. The Chiefs really lost that game because they was missing 2 to 3 starting offensive linemen. And guess what? The NFL, it ain't 7 games. They would have had game 2, they would have been able to have their linemen, and they probably would have turned the series around if it was a series. Guess what?
No, they would have lost.
You don't got your offensive linemen.
Brady would have swept them.
Hey, but if it's basketball, you get that opportunity. That's the point. In football,
and I was rooting for Kansas City, but the way they played,
just saying, he don't even get that opportunity. He don't even get that opportunity though. Is the point in this situation? Like if it was basketball, he would have had an opportunity to get his dudes back, and they would have been able to change the series. But because he was missing his starting offensive lineman, they got torched, and he couldn't do nothing about it. Because that's the NFL. They needed one game to be their best, and they had injuries, and there ain't nothing they can do about it, so they lost.
Yeah. And plus, another thing with the NFL compared to basketball is you got to think about, like, dominance. All right. I think it's actually a harder road to get to the Super Bowl too, because how many of these teams do we see lose a Super Bowl or even win it and they never make it back to the Super Bowl? Most times they don't even make the playoffs again the next year. Like it's a really hard journey. And I don't remember what's the last.
I think you proving my point.
But think about it. When's the last time? When's the last repeat championship in the NFL? When's the last time somebody repeated in the NFL? In the NBA, we've seen. In the NBA, we just saw LeBron go to the finals 10 times.
This is why
10 years straight. You will never see that in the NFL, bro. Right. That's what I'm saying. You will never, ever see that in the NFL ever again.
Right. But at the same time,
Bills going to 6 straight.
We just seen the Warriors go to the finals 5 years
Brady
straight.
got how many rings?
5 years straight. Bro, we've seen the same matchup in the NBA finals.
Brady got
4 years in a row.
Brady got
the Warriors has 4 years in a row, bro.
Listen, as dominant as Brady's been, he's never three-peated. I want to say he only went back-to-back once. So that still tells you how hard it is. Brady has lost.
And there was a 10-year, I think 10 or 12-year stretch in his career where he didn't win.
So it still shows how hard it is, even though he's the GOAT.
All right. One thing I will agree with is it might seem harder because it's in a more aggressive sport. So yes, they're putting more of their body at risk where you can't guarantee to be 100% the next game to the next game. But as far as, like I said, the way it's set up, I just think the NFL is easier.
I mean, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. I think.
Yeah, I don't get how we throw out all those points and you still saying that. I just don't.
You just brought up a point how a team. You just brought up a point how a team could they could win a Super Bowl and not make it back ever again. When do a team win a championship and not make it back ever again?
That shows you how hard it is.
No, I'm talking about NBA.
Hard. That never happened.
It don't happen because the NBA, they dominate and they keep going back.
No, that don't necessarily make it. I'm saying that make the NFL easier. Because you can win a championship, you can get one. You can get one. That's what I'm saying. You got teams that will never. Yeah, look, you got teams that will never get to the finals.
Oh, what I'm saying is, okay.
The Pacers will never get to the finals.
Okay.
One minute.
You understand? The Pelicans will never get to the finals. This is what I'm saying.
But that's not because it's hard. It's because they suck. If they had the better, if they had good players, they would.
All right.
We'll leave it there.
Agree to disagree. We agree to disagree.
We'll leave it. We'll save it. We'll save it for next week.
He tried to stick in that little point. Okay. That's nasty. That's nasty. I see what you're doing, though.
I'm saying.
So real quick,
I'm gonna die on that hill.
Smooth operator, man.
Did you guys? Let's transition over to boxing. Did you guys watch the Canelo fight?
Hell yeah.
I did not watch the fight, but I seen the big that ended the fight.
I didn't watch it.
Okay.
Listen,
boy, Canelo,
I don't know why.
What did you take away from it?
Why does boxers continue to want to fight Canelo? Like, why? You see how hard this man punch. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Hey, but respect to Saunders.
Boy beat that ass at a young age and made that boy turn into a goat.
Don't get me wrong. Floyd was bobbing and weaving and running. That fight.
Oh yeah.
Watch that fight again.
He was
with Canelo. He was bobbing it because he know how hard that swing was coming. You seen that force?
Yeah.
Man broke the man orbital bone. Like.
Sheesh.
DJ, you said you saw the last of it, right?
No. I said I didn't see the fight. I saw the punch that ended the fight.
Oh, okay.
The highlight.
Yeah.
That man, that's a hell of a punch. That man looked like he hit very hard, boy.
So apparently, I guess the speculation on the internet was Canelo was supposed to have an easy fight with Saunders. As you see, it didn't go that way. They went up to round 8.
Yeah, they were going at it.
Yeah, they were going at it. So Saunders was pretty much just jabbing throughout the whole fight. Canelo didn't really do nothing at first. Was just kind of assessing and playing defense. And I want to say round 2 and up. Yeah, after round 1, like round 2, that's when he just bit by bit power shots until you saw that one, the hit that stopped the fight. So I think Canelo has maybe one more fight I should have did more research on that, but yeah, I think he's supposed to have one more fight in that class.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna move up.
So it's about
At,
time.
at this point, there's no one else, so he has to move up. Question is, is there anyone that really wants to go at him? Because, like you said, I mean, why are people still going after Canelo? Like, really?
Like I could understand if you need a bag, but
Just stay away from the Paul brothers.
all
I hope
money
you-
ain't good money. I ain't messing with Canelo for no bag.
I'm glad you brought that up, Skins, because all money's not good money. Yo, can I just jump in? Can I just jump into Floyd and Logan Paul, man?
That's y'all king.
It's
Who's?
Y'all king.
Triller
man.
boxing.
Who's?
That's y'all king. I ain't never fought with Floyd.
Let me tell you
Floyd
this.
is fucking goofy.
Yeah. All right.
That nigga
Don't get me wrong.
He let that man got your hat.
Don't get me wrong. Floyd,
Got your hat.
he can.
I
He
got your hat.
got. Floyd got a little bit of goofy in him, but don't disrespect. Don't disrespect
Goof.
the best boxer to ever live, B.
Ever.
To ever live, B. Like
Foreign ass boxer.
you don't
man.
achieve that record and the boxers he's faced, and you got to call him the best.
Ever.
Why is he still fighting? Why?
Because he's not fighting.
I don't
Because he's bored.
I'm not-
He's
look,
bored.
He's
I'm not
fighting. This is not a
look,
fight.
Bored.
look.
This is not a fight.
Look, I'm not going to disrespect Floyd as a boxer, and I'm not like a biggest boxing fan. I don't really follow boxing like that. But my thing with Floyd is, I feel like in a way he's almost just. I feel like at a certain time you gotta have integrity, bro. Like or some type. Like why are you doing this, bro? Like boxing all these dudes. I feel like it's just making a mockery of the sport and whatever. Like he cheesed. What I was talking about Westbrook about cheesing the game. He really cheesed. I get the business aspect of it, but I think he really cheesed the sport. And he's just now just like, bro, like when he fought the Chinese, when he fought that little Chinese,
Oh yeah,
dude,
that little exhibition.
like that was just stupid. Like what are you doing, bro? Like all these expositions,
like why?
That was entertaining though. Like I actually thought that was pretty. It was entertaining to me. But this whole Jake Paul fighting the Paul, you're fighting YouTubers, bro. Come on, bro. You're hailed as the greatest boxer ever. Like, would we ever see Muhammad Ali do any shit like this? Like,
did you guys watch their meetup when they were just going back and forth? That shit was corny.
Yeah, you got your hat. Boy, look crazy, bro.
No, that
like,
was actually that was the little brother.
Goofy.
That wasn't even Logan Paul. That was Jake Paul.
That was the little brother.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even the one that he's fighting, but Jake is the one with all the clout right now. So Floyd told me I fight both of them in the same night. Blah blah blah.
I would love it.
So Jake had put on his.
I got Jake Paul knocking that nigga out when Jake Paul.
Jake was filming before the meetup that
disrespect.
he had a bet that he was going to take
disrespect.
Floyd's hat.
Oscar De La Hoya couldn't knock him out. So Oscar De La Hoya couldn't
Or
knock him
Pacquiao.
out. Or Pacquiao.
Golden Boy is washed. Pacquiao's out there with a torn rotator cuff. Y'all niggas say all the facts.
No,
y'all saying all the facts.
Anyways,
say all the facts.
Anyways, let me
right,
just speak.
whatever,
Let me speak on it real quick. Let me give my take.
Yeah.
Y'all are tripping if y'all think Floyd Mayweather is not about to get this bag, fam. Y'all keep saying he's messing up the game. Oh, why is he fighting him, bro? He's not fighting. If you were the greatest boxer of all time, and then a YouTuber challenged you, and then somebody said, "Hey, you know you can get about $100 million for this fight," you not fighting. This is an exhibition. He keeps trying to damn, that motorcycle was hella loud. That's gonna be the background. He keeps trying to explain to y'all this is an exhibition match for the people. It's not a fight. Listen,
we don't want to see
We
it.
don't want to see it.
Listen, don't watch. Guess who gonna watch? All of Logan Paul fans and all of Mayweather fans. You don't have to watch, right? Hey, they're going to watch. But we was talking about it last week. So really, my point is, I understand why Mayweather is doing it. It's a free bag to do nothing. If somebody was finna give me $100 million to jog around a building, guess what I'm gonna do? Jog around the goddamn building for eight laps. Now, second, last week we was kind of hinting on it's bad for boxing and it's bad for the sport. And I get where people are saying that because but I think people looking at it wrong. Everybody's saying like, oh, it's not fair that this YouTuber who's not a boxer gets to come challenge the greatest boxer of all time and doesn't have to wait around. But listen, Mayweather is not a boxer anymore. He's retired. So if I would understand what y'all saying if Mayweather was still in the boxing world but ducking and dodging other boxers who should really get that opportunity, but then going to fight this YouTuber. That's not the case. Mayweather is not boxing no more. So where I think it does help, I think it's actually good for boxing. They're going to get a amount for this fight that after they see the numbers and see the ratings, other boxers are going to say, bro, I'm not finna just do this for no chump change no more. When you got dudes going to fight other like on these platforms getting this huge amount of money. So I think what they're doing, they're opening the door to say, hey, I don't have to be this main attraction to the boxing world. I could be, as long as I'm a main attraction somewhere, long as I have fans somewhere, I can get a big fight. It don't gotta be, oh, have you beat such and such? Have you beat such and such? Did you beat this person? No. Okay, do you have a big following? Okay, boom, you can get a big fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like opening doors to bigger fights as far as money wise. I guarantee you other boxers are looking. That's why Cormier or the UFC dude, I don't know his first name, but I know he challenged one of the Paul brothers. And he's a real UFC dude. I guarantee you he sat back to himself and said, bruh, I'm not finna keep fighting these regular niggas for these regular dudes for nothing. I'm finna go fight this Paul dude for like 50 mil for the most I've ever fought in UFC ever combined and call it that.
Yeah,
Like,
because
why
I think what Jake
Fucked up,
Paul
bro.
took home was
Fucked
like
up.
a piece of the 65 million pay-per-view take.
come on? And it's like that can only show other boxers we're doing something wrong. That can only help in that aspect. You get what I'm saying? Like it may. I hear what y'all saying. Like it's bad for boxing because he's just skipping the line, but he's not skipping the line to a guy who's a real boxer no more. If he was going to fight Canelo, all right, something's wrong. You shouldn't be in line to go fight Canelo. He's fighting Mayweather. Mayweather ain't worried about boxing no more, bro. So what they're doing is just opening the door to say, hey, y'all can get a lot more money for what y'all doing. Y'all are taking the bad route. Take this route. So I think it's gonna help other boxers.
Listen, I see this opening the door to possibly some other high
And
high event
real quick,
celebrity boxing match.
I,
I see that happening.
I never knew Chad Ochocinco was on the undercard of that fight. Actually,
Oh
Really?
yeah.
Who's he fighting?
didn't know that.
Oh wait. Oh,
I don't know. I seen
I
Mayweather
forgot.
say
I forgot. Oh, I forgot.
this is going to be hilarious.
I want to see him fight Brandon Marshall. Let's see them niggas do
Brandon Marshall swole. He
funny.
Drop Ochocinco.
I think the last,
Darrell
Niggas be
Rivas.
going at it on the pod. That should be funny as hell.
They did used to have battle.
but the last I checked, I think something happened and that fight got called off unless anyone steps up to Ochocinco.
Nah, Mayweather just said at the thing the other day that Chad Ochocinco was on the undercard and he's having his debut.
Whoever his opponent was, something happened. I don't know if they switched or they called off, but it's neither here nor there. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just see the highlights at the end.
Yeah, I'm not watching it either.
Discord there's always a watch party in that shit. I don't stream it that way. Yeah, I don't pay for shit anymore.
You be having everything.
That's true.
Facts. I don't pay for shit.
Shout out to the court. Shout out.
I'm not incriminate myself.
We'll leave it there for right now. We'll kind of keep this short, but do you guys got fourth quarter round takes? Anything you want to get off your chest? Quick talk your ish. Since Khalil's over there clipping his toenails.
I think I think AD heard me, dog. He out here having a good game so far. It's only his first quarter, but he got 10 points. They up like 12 points on the Suns right now.
Lakers balling.
Some shit like that. Shit. I mean, next week when we record, we're gonna have a lot to talk about because we'll pretty much know what's up with what's the playoff picture, what's the play-ins and everything like that. Because I think Sunday's the last day. So yeah, we'll know. Yeah, so it's gonna be like live, pretty much live while we're recording. Just literally wrapping all this shit up and giving our predictions of how we think the playoffs are gonna go and all that. I'm excited. This last week is it's crunch time,
Yeah.
man. It's going to be pretty exciting to see what's up. Like, so I'm excited to see what happens and what these seedings are looking like. You got to watch out because players are conscious about these seedings and they're looking at the playoff brackets and all that. They know who they want to match up and who they want to play. So you might see some players sitting out, injuries and all that shit like that, or just they on the court and they just look like shit. But you got to be but I'm telling you, these players are conscious of who they want to see and all.
Be careful
and
doing
like
that.
too. So
I hear what you're saying, but they better be careful doing that. It's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game. But I just want to say, I'm gonna always end it. First of all, Curry should be the MVP. He not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna hate on my light skinned psycho brother from the Bay.
We almost made it to the end of the show until you said that.
Hey man,
almost.
Curry for president. Curry for president. Curry for president.
Nah, I want to sign off on this MVP shit, but I know we pressed for time. But I'll save it for next. This MVP shit is nasty. That's all I'm saying. It's nasty, bro. This is a nasty race. And
let's pick our MVPs though before we sign off. I in reality, I do think Brooklyn should win it.
Pick my MVP or pick who I know is gonna win it. Because Joker would not be my MVP. Honestly, I would give it to. I would either give it to Curry. Like this is toss up for me. Curry, Joel Embiid, or CP3. Like all of them, like those three are having like. I'm actually impressed. Like damn, like this is amazing. I feel like Joker is getting MVP out of like just default. Like you're the only one in the race the whole time that started from day one that didn't get hurt, that played through all the time. Like why is Joel Embiid losing this big lead that he had before just because he was out 2 weeks and he came back in 2 weeks and he's playing exactly the way that he was playing before. So why is he not? Why didn't he just get back his position? But it's a deeper, darker. The NBA gonna do whatever they can to push these Euro niggas. I hate it, but it's whatever, man. And man, I hate it, bro.
We get into that next week.
Giannis, come on, man. Yeah, I'll get into the next. It's crazy. I hate it.
Skins? Who your MVP?
I was gonna say CP. He shocked the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think he was gonna be playing as great as he played. You know what I'm saying? This season. I honestly thought like the time expired on him too.
I think CP3 could go down as the greatest leader of all time in basketball. If you look at his resume.
Yeah. Last couple years is really impressive. This year,
I may want to bring that discussion up next week. Yeah. That's a good discussion right there. Greatest leader.
Okay. You giving CP his flowers?
Yeah, it's overdue.
Especially if they want to talk about Westbrook.
But CP3 don't need a beg for his flowers because he already know and he's already getting them.
Exactly.
His work speaks for himself.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
You never hear CP3 say that shit.
Personally, I say Curry and then CP3.
The reason I can't say Curry, I'm just not gonna be biased, but whatever. Because we in the 8th seed. I know how it works. It's politics, so whatever.
But you want him to be though.
This last half, he's been going crazy.
Yep, stupid.
Mm-hmm. But good episode, fellas.
Good episode. Again, this is Talk Your Ish, episode 9. Hopefully, I get that right, so I don't make any edits. Again, thank you so much to the fans, to the people. We appreciate you guys so much. Hey, follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Check out our videos. Watch all of us. Watch some of us fuck up, talk our ish, get smoked, all that stuff.
And give us y'all opinion on whether y'all think the NBA or the NFL is harder. As far as the championship or the Super Bowl. Let me know.
Comment down below. All right. So with that being said, we are good. Skins, aka Mr. Outro. You always got something in your pocket, man. What you got?
Logging out. This is another episode of Talk Your Ish. You know what I'm saying? You got your boy Scores, DJ, Khalil, fresh from the vacay, and your boy Skins. We out.
Yeah.